Alright, click live. Start streaming, I mean.
Live.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our inaugural episode of Cold Brew. I'm Billy with Commander and Coffee, and with me today we have Max from Eminence, the head judge. Say hi, Max.
Hi, Max. Hi, I'm Max with Eminence, longtime judge and CEH player. Here with Billy to brew some sweet magic that hasn't been played in a long time.
Yeah, so what this boils down to, and what we kind of had the idea of, Max and I were actually just talking the one day, and we had a very similar idea to what we want to build. And we just started rolling with it, and we're like, why not just roll with this and put it up for everybody to see? It might help out some people, it might inspire people, and we could always get some viewer input. So, here's what we got today. Marnius Calgar, very underrepresented from the Warhammer 40k decks. Esper, which is, I know, one of Max's favorites. Captain Tivit over there. I don't know many other people that actually represent Tivit the way you do. So he's 2 white, blue, black. He has double strike. He has Master Technician. Whenever one or more tokens enter the battlefield under your control, draw a card. That's not a May ability either. Keep that in mind. We're going to talk about that later. And then for 6, generic, create 2 white Astartes Warriors creature tokens with Vigilance. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't play Warhammer, so I don't know who this guy is. So
I have absolutely no idea. I just know he's in some crazy pseudo armor, just ready to take things down, and I don't know.
Yeah, he's ready to smash some things.
Yeah.
So the original idea that I presented to Max was an Opus Thief deck, but in Esper. Now, I had to, kind of explain a little bit what Opus Thief was to Max, because how long you been playing, Max?
Playing Magic, very long,
Okay.
20 plus years, but playing CDH, I'm one of those post-pandemic CDH enthusiasts.
Right, so I've been playing CDH for probably the better part of 10 years, and I have been following along with everything since around when Mons first started and the Lab Maniacs, and one of the decks that was around back then was called Opus Thief. It was Timna Krom, and it revolved around Notion Thief and a lot of wheels. So I wanted to take that with the new printing of Oakish Bowmasters and really kind of leverage that idea. So, of course, the first card is going to be Orcish Bowmasters that I wanted. And also Notion Thief, which was the first 2 things that I thought of when it was coming to Esper. So that was my baseline. Blue also has a lot of wheels, so I went Time Twister.
Yep. And
Windfall.
right. We might also consider Dark Deal.
Dark Deal was one that crossed my mind if we wanted to go fully on that. I
mean, if we're trying to spin, we need a replacement for the red wheels that we just don't get access to. So, like drawing through those. With the amount that we're discarding, we probably also want to combine a couple of reanimator pieces so that we can just reuse everything that we're throwing away.
Mm-hmm. So, what do you think? Reanimate, animate, dead, pretty much the standard.
Yeah, the standard black reduce, reuse, recycle.
Yep. Some necromancy.
Yep, definitely necromancy. There is. If we're just talking about creatures, if we want to go for creatures that are going to be interesting in this deck, we have some new spice that came in with the Lord of the Rings set also.
Okay.
It's a giant Kraken that will just draw our entire deck with Marnius.
Oh, is it time to release the Kraken?
It's time to release the Kraken. I think that's going to be one of the core. Yep. We're going for a reanimator package, so just getting to put Watcher in the Waters into the graveyard and animate that with our commander in play is just straight gas.
Yeah, so that card, what it does is it's 3 blue for a 9/9, and the Watcher in the Water enters the battlefield tapped with 9 stun counters on it. Stun counters was a mechanic that was put into play by Lord of the Rings set. Basically, doesn't untap. Whenever you draw a card during your opponent's turn, create a 1/1 blue tentacle creature token. And what Max was saying about drawing your entire deck is because when a token comes into play, Marnie's triggers and rinse and repeat over and over ad nauseum. Which, speaking of ad nauseum, I don't think this is an ad nauseum deck.
This is definitely not an ad nauseum deck. We're looking at a bunch of big fat things, and that's gonna really hurt off of that ad nauseum. Especially, I don't think we're going as fast as we want to be to make use of that.
No, I don't think so either. So some other cards that are just kind of like stapley for this would be the One Ring, which seems to be a staple nowadays for everything. I'm playing it. It's so good.
Generic card draw. Who would have thought that tapping rock to draw cards in every single color?
Right? Weird how that works. Another card that since our opponents are going to be drawing a bunch of cards, we're going to force them to draw cards. Fairy Mastermind is actually pretty good. Yeah.
And then Kalualua with the... Don't forget about Lotho.
Oh, yeah.
Lotho makes treasures and cards. Now we're cooking.
There we go. Love some Lotho. Oh, wrong thing. Wrong button. I don't know why you put me in charge of this. I could barely type.
Look, this is your child idea. I'm just here to bring it to fruition.
That's fair. That's fair. You're just nurturing it. You're nestling it.
Yeah.
You're like the incubator for my idea.
Oh, no incubator tokens in this deck. We don't need those.
I do like playing with my opponent's stuff, so let's get some Phantasmal Image.
Yep. Yeah, true. What is better than one Orcish Bowmaster? As we learned the other night, 3 Orcish Bowmasters.
And then a wheel.
Oh, boy. I mean, that's the goal of the deck, right? If we can just have 10 Orcish Bowmasters in play and wheel, I don't know who can survive that one.
Right. I mean, so does that mean that we want to play, like, Rite of Replication? Or is that too cute?
That's a little cute. I think Rite of Replication, just because we're not going to have a ton of stuff that we want 5 copies of, is not going to get there.
Right.
But we can definitely play more like Imposter Mech and Phyrexian Metamorph.
So Imposter Mech only does our opponent's creatures. That's the downside of that. That's one.
True, but everybody is playing Orcish Bowmaster.
Yes.
Oh, yep. Fresh a Gilded Drake to take their Orcish Bowmaster, absolutely.
We can throw a Gilded Drake in there.
We are a nice, feeling like a mid-range deck.
Okay.
Mid-range over into the stacks area, so Gilded Drake does seem fine.
Okay.
I mean, we can't forget about our Esper Sentinel. We do need to just get some staples in here before we fill this deck with too many crazy things. We want to get our rock package in there.
Oh, absolutely. I have a little package here for that stuff. Mana rocks! Nice, just add 18 right away.
Yeah.
I love Moxfield for this. So these are pretty standard. I mean, of course you have the big ones. You have the Mana Crypts, you have the Mox Diamonds, Mox Opal, Soul Rings. I'm not quite sure if we still do Jewel Lotus because it's only costing 5, so that still helps us out quite a bit.
Oh yeah, this is absolutely a Jewel Lotus commander. We need it to get into play as soon as possible to combo with everything that we're doing.
Yeah, I actually really like where the package actually put us, so I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't see any cards that I specifically disagree with. I don't know if I would play Amber.
Yeah, there we go. Found one.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like where we want to be. And then more than likely we're going to consider on LED.
Yeah, LED we could definitely think about. I mean, I personally do enjoy running a good old Praetor's Grasp.
It is, yeah, we can definitely try running Praetor's Grasp and, like, stealing a Breach, but relying on there being Red and Pod for Praetor's Grasp to be decent just doesn't seem like a huge play.
Yeah.
I've actually been leaning off that card a lot more, because been much of the mentality of not relying on my opponents for anything in order to win, and just going straight for it myself.
Just kind of doing your own thing.
Yeah, it's really... I think that's the general evaluation for CEDH.
Yeah, so, I see Chloe did mention about Bomberman. Yeah, that's a good idea. I do really like the Bomberman combo.
Bomberman LED can definitely do a lot as far as instant gratification for mana.
I also genuinely forget what what Bomberman's actual name is.
Oh, that's a
Starts
great
with an
question.
A.
Oh,
RX Salvador's got it.
um, yeah, thank you.
Wow, they're 13 cents now. Amazing.
Yeah, they got reprinted recently, right? So they're basically nothing.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
I do also. So another thing. So if we put out this Watcher in the Water and with Marnius, and it starts going, how are we going to win? Because that's just going to draw our deck and we're going to lose. So if we put
We're
in,
going to necromancy. We're gonna necromancy a lab man.
oh well, it's in our graveyard because we put it there with Entomb.
Pretty much, yeah. Or
Oh, that's Disentomb. That is the wrong one.
I mean, if we're going for Bomberman lines and we're putting everything that we're drawing into the yard anyway,
Yeah.
um, we just need a way to make a token on that.
We'll also do the cheaters way and put in the tutors package.
Ah.
So I don't think we need personal tutor here, and I don't think we need fabricate here.
No, I wouldn't play either of those here.
So this is a Tana Pact. I'm going to change that out for the other version. Sure, that one. Solve the equation. Also, I don't think so.
No, I think we're much more permanent and creature focused.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, just making sure we have all that stuff there. E-Tutor, Entomb, Intuition, Mystical Tutor. Yeah, this is all good for those instants. Do I have one for counter spells? Oh, I don't. I have 2-color, 3-color stacks. Yes, that's what we need here.
we are on the stacks plan.
Spellseeker is good here. Let's see. What else? What else?
Does this become an Angel's Grace deck because of the way that we can combo with Watcher, just to let us do whatever we want and then not lose the game to Watcher?
Oh, we can definitely throw this in here for now. The other way to do that is Born Upon the Wind.
True. Yep.
Born Upon a Wind, not the wind. Because we could get that, generate mana, and be able to cast that, and then cast everything else we want. So, of course.
Ooh, yeah, we neglected to add Oppo or Douthie.
Yep.
Those are both things.
Working on that now. First add in the Thassa's Oracle.
Thank you, Nybar. This is probably a deck where we do want Grim Hireling, just to make tokens. Make tokens, draw cards. Make tokens, draw cards. That's all we want to do.
What was the other one we said?
Oppo, Douthie, and
yep.
Grim Hireling.
Yep, and I got the
yeah,
of course we need Ranger Captain. Oh, Ranger Captain's already in there. Whoop.
Yeah. See, I haven't been super high on Ranger Captain recently. I've preferred to play the instant speed versions. Yeah, I haven't played it and I haven't missed it. It's just like it's a 3-mana. Hey, look at me! I'm planning to win eventually, and then you get priority bullied into popping your Ranger Captain at inopportune times. When if you didn't have that in play, you just force your opponents to have it, which is usually better for you because you're forcing your opponents to use their resources earlier on.
Mm-hmm.
And in a lot of decks, especially Sans Red, because a lot of your 1-drops are like the white-red stuff for more like swingy creature time. It doesn't really hit anything but getting you an Esper Sentinel. And like 3 mana to get an Esper Sentinel and be priority bullied kind of sounds bad.
I mean, it's definitely not ideal, but it's also just the threat of it, because then if it just stays on the battlefield, you can just go, okay, cool. You know, I'm just going to do this at any time. You know what I mean? Somebody goes to combat, you're, all right, cool, no problem. You know, or you see someone casting Adnaz, you know, it's like, well, I have a Ranger Captain, I'm going to do it. So...
True, or they just hold their Adnaz until you crack your Ranger Captain, and in response, Adnaz born on win and win on top of you.
Right. That's the unfortunate thing, and it does happen from time to time.
It's more of like I would rather play. I just started playing it now. I can't think of it. The 1-mana target player can't cast spells this turn.
Orm's Chant.
Orange Chant, thank you. I'd rather play Orange Chant because that has like specific targets for Nagila and such, and I'll do the same thing for you that Ranger Captain would do in that situation.
There's an H in Worm's Chant, isn't there?
I believe so. It's OHRI or ORI. Who put us in charge of this? We can't spell.
Yeah, I just go Orange Chant. Oh.
Oh yeah, Smothering Tithe is another one.
I can spell that.
Nybar with a great idea. Smothering Tithe?
Yeah, I can smell that.
You can spell that?
I can smell that. Spell that.
You can smell
I
it.
can smell it. I can smell it. I might be having a stroke. I'm not quite sure.
You can smell the treasure?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is one of the few decks that I'm perfectly happy to be putting Smothering Tithe into.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that.
I don't like it in a lot of spaces.
Oh, there is no H in there. Huh.
Well, I guess we learned today.
And I just saw Orm's Touch, which we also want to run. Touch the Spirit Realm.
Yep.
The channel cut lands are amazing. Channel stuff is just amazing.
Yeah, who knew? Spells you can't counter are good.
Right? Weird how that works.
Thanks, Watsy.
I wonder... No, I don't want to touch the stacks thing, because I'm afraid what that's going to do.
I don't know. I think some of the stacks pieces could be pretty good for us. I'm kind of interested to run Narset Parter in here.
Okay.
Just to, like, take advantage of the wheels and just empty our opponent's hands and just let us have all the advantage.
I mean, that kind of nombos with Orcish Bowmasters, though.
Sure, but if Orcish Bowmasters are only in line, then we're going to get blown out by the Spider-Man game.
Oh, absolutely. Everybody's
Orcish Bowmaster and Orcish Bowmaster. Yeah, that's the one thing. Boromir and Linvala are great recommendations.
Boromir. I really like Boromir. I really want to test that.
Yep. And Abolisher.
The Warden of the Tower, right? That one? Yeah, that's the one.
Yep.
Abolisher, yep.
This is really starting to feel a lot closer, in a good way, to like when I was on 2 Timnas.
Yeah, Timna Sakashima.
Yeah, this is like a upgraded version of that deck with a bunch more interaction and better creatures. And we haven't put Abolisher in the deck yet, like the bad people we are.
No, it's there. It's right there.
Is it?
Yeah, it's right there.
Am I just... Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay.
I'm like, hold on, wait. I know I put it in there.
Oh, there it is. It just popped up for me, that's
okay.
Why. Okay.
So...
do we want to start going...
Do you think that we might want to, since we're slowing the game down a little bit, do you think we might want to play something like Hullbreaker Horror?
I'm not sure Hullbreaker is going to get us to where we want to go. Like, we can do some of the lines for the Mana Rock cycling, but I'm not sure that's going to do it, because a lot of the decks that play that want to cheat it out and get it out faster and just start infinite mana comboing. I'd be happier playing something like Consecrated Sphinx.
Okay.
And Villis and things that we can take advantage of.
Oh, that's actually kind of a neat card. I actually didn't know this existed. I typed in Linvala, saw Drena in Linvala, and I went, oh, what's that do?
You did not know that card existed? That
card
didn't. Housed me over the weekend.
Nice.
Yeah, somebody played that and then activated their opponent's Naji.
Mm-hmm.
That was a thing. They were a Tivit player playing this, so they were on a little bit more of a hate bear plan with Tivit.
Okay.
And just like slammed Drana and Linvala, attacked, used the treasures they made from Tivit to make 5-color mana and just take an extra combat step.
Okay.
Oh boy. That was nuts.
So we are making a lot of tokens. What do you think of Mark Rosewater's absolute bane of existence card, Mirkwood Bats? It's on the watch list along with Dockside, just so you know.
See, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, Mirkwood Bats, it's strong, but I don't see it being oppressive.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, we look at things from a casual, competitive sphere, not a casual sphere, and it does hurt in the casual environment.
Right.
Because it punishes, like, one of the core mechanics of things, but Definitely worth considering for
Okay,
sure
we
this
can
go
definitely throw that
around.
in here.
Yeah.
Another thing could be something like, I know one of your personal favorite cards, Mondrak.
Ooh, yep, Mondrak and Myrel too. Myrel does
Oh,
make
Myro.
tokens.
Yeah, Myro
Yeah.
makes a lot of tokens.
You want to give me a silence and you want to make tokens for me? Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
baby. Mm-mm. And now we staple that with card draw? Oh, God. You
So,
know,
do we want to go
we're,
super cute and play something like Nadir Kraken?
so the Deer Kraken, I was thinking about it, and it's like it's a baby watcher.
Right.
So I don't see a problem with it.
Mm-hmm. So, is there
Um,
anything that exists that can go and whenever we draw a card, make a treasure? Whenever we draw a card, make a treasure.
hmm, no, 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 no. Watsy hasn't been that dumb yet. That'd be bad. That'd be.
That'd be very bad. That'd be very bad. Let's see. What else can we do?
Yeah, no, but I agree that Mondrek would definitely need some testing. It's certainly an interesting card, and doubling your tokens is really nice, and it would double your card draw triggers. I tested it a bunch in the early stages for Tivit, and it was just like a win more card. It never really did anything super beneficial for me, but I think in a list like this, it's definitely worth a slot in like the alpha just to see how it works.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, this honestly, at the end of the day, this is probably gonna end up being like 100 and some odd cards, and then we just gotta cut down a bunch. Like we're at 74 cards and we haven't even added lands. So you know what? I'm just gonna do this now and get us to a land base that we want to be at, a land amount at least. So
Nobody needs lands. You just play
yeah,
spells.
yeah. Who needs
Cheap.
lands?
Just play your spells for free. Just it's fine.
So wastes are just in my package here. It's just a stand-in for how many basics I've typically run.
Got
It's 3 colors. We get to run all 9 fetches, which is fine. We're running the City of Brass, Rainbow Land, and Exotic Orchard, Band of Confluence. Perfect. Do we want to run the Painlands in this?
I don't think we have to run the pain lands. I think we have enough.
Okay, so then we get rid of that. That.
I am a stickler for running a single island. I
Oh, we,
refuse
we
not
can we can
to.
add a basic in there if you really want to.
Okay.
Although remember, we are running a Tainted Mana base, so how many
Yeah,
lands do you think we want to be on?
28, 29 for sure. We're definitely a slower list.
Okay, I could definitely see 28 to 29. Because I want to cut, because I have stuff like Seachrome Coast in here and
Oh no.
Concealed Courtyard, so the
Mm-mm.
fast lands. Um, so I mean, technically, if you really want it to, like, it's running Silent Clearing, which is fine. It's running the Shock lands, it's running the duels, of course, and it's running the Battle Buddies lands.
Yeah, I don't think we need more than 7 fetches to be honest with you,
Uh,
and we
if
definitely don't need Woody Footy.
if we are running, yeah, what if Hill should not be in there anyway? So, um, how do we feel about Forbidden Orchard?
Forbidden Orchard's fine. I again don't care what my opponents are doing. Giving them a 1/1 when I'm not trying to swing into them is fine. It's also a nice piece of interaction when you want to give somebody a blocker for Naji or one of the other decks that wants to take advantage of empty boards.
Spire of Industry, you were absolutely correct, Nybar.
Yep. Oh, we should be on 4 mana Shieldred. This is 4 mana Shieldred's time to shine. Mm. Yes. 4 mana.
The Apocalypse, right? Oh, he's 60.
Yeah.
She's $60 now. Oh, that's nice.
I'm telling you, that card is going to hit triple digits in 3 months.
Oh
As
boy.
soon as we hit standard season for the RCQs, I hope you have your copies already because it's either going to get a ban in something, which I think would be a mistake on Watsy's part, or it's just going to be so expensive because every single grinder now needs 4 copies to play it in standard.
Yeah, that's silly. As a slicer
Uh,
player, Orchard is a bad card. Cut it.
mm, I don't trust you, Slicer player. I think you're going to turn one Blood Moon me. So, respectfully, I'm going to keep playing anything I can possibly make to block you.
Let's see. What else? We could cut Silent Clearing. And you said you wanted to run at least one island, right?
Yeah, I would like to run one island as I do respect Back to Basics and Blood Moon. So having the island to Otawara, some things like that, especially when we're not going to be as fast mana heavy, very important.
Well, speaking of, we know Otawara.
Oh, 5 mana Shieldred is the one you're talking about. That one certainly solid. Since we're trying to hit specifically like Opus Thief style, I think the 4 mana one's good, but we can certainly consider the new. That's the Saga Flip one, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Well, just an FYI, we're at 101 cards and we didn't even add counter spells yet.
Who needs those? Eh. I mean, we might be over 100 cards, but there's still more to add.
Yeah, exactly. And then we got to make the tough cuts.
With the amount of creatures that we're on, I think there's an argument that we should be on Deafening Silence.
Okay.
Should be on Deafening Silence, and then had another card in my head and it just disappeared.
Did we say we wanted to keep Nadir Kraken or no?
I think for the first round we'll consider it for now because
Okay.
it is just enough.
Well, while you think, I'm going to start adding the typical counter spells.
Yeah, you type add our protection package.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to say the forces don't really fit in this list, but I could be wrong.
I actually think the fierce guardianship, deadly relic don't belong. But that's just me.
That's. I mean, it's only a 5 mana commander, and he's like central to our. Yeah, no, we can cut them. That's fine. I'll agree. But Fierce Force, I don't think we have enough blue cards to necessarily make those super relevant.
I kind of disagree. We'll check that in a second after we add this stuff.
Okay.
But I mean, Force of Negation, fine. Force of Will, I think we need to keep that.
That's fair. Craig, Aven Mind Sensor, yeah, that's another great stacks piece, especially if we're more on the Hate Bears route.
I am so sorry that my keyboard is so loud.
If you heard me click, it would be worse. I have your keys, I promise. I love it. Clicky.
So do I. That's the problem.
We're getting into more spice. I think Fierce and Relic we can actually make a good argument for.
Okay.
Nybar, I think, is right. So as much as we won't have them active all the time, which we would really like to have them active because our commander is really what's gaining us a lot of our advantage.
Mm-hmm.
I think the cost of having 3 mana to use those is not that high in the off chance when we don't have our commander, so it's still worth keeping those in.
Okay. Freshka with the Aethersworn Canonist, not a bad idea.
That's
a bunch of artifacts.
Clicky clack ASMR. That's it. We're no longer brewing CDH. We're going to use polyrhythmic typing for some clicky clack ASMR videos.
Yeah. Let's see. What else?
What are we spell seeking for here?
Well, you name it, we got it.
That is not the right.
Born Upon the Wind, Angel's Grace, but I think we're probably gonna end up cutting Angel's Grace potentially.
Yeah, I'm okay cutting Angel's Grace at this point. I think we've got enough. Yeah, I just don't know, like Spellseeker, we're not trying to win on Pact. Can we? Sure. But like Spellseeker into something just feels like a wasted slot when we're as good as we are.
Yeah. We could eat the Spellseeker. That's perfectly fine.
Oh, we're definitely not an Intuition deck. Well, no, because we want to Entomb. The Intuition does say Entomb too.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it does. Okay. That sounds really good. Are we on Savine's Reclamation yet?
I don't believe so.
If we're still considering the LED Bomberland line, we can still consider the Savine's Wreck because we can just dump our hand. Dylan, yes, Boromir is very sneaky. It looks like just a 3 mana card, like that doesn't do much, but it's been very pivotal. The being able to give indestructible and preventing people from casting free things is very relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah Ascendant in general. I think it just very much depends on the shell of the deck that you're going for. It's really cool in sorting by alphabetical.
I'm not allowed to block you, but
I also prefer CMC, so I can't really say anything. But I'm not in the driver's seat.
Fine. We'll switch it.
Thank you. We'd like to keep our viewers.
Like
Thanks.
that? What do you think? Like that?
Listen, you might be a state away. That doesn't stop us from fighting.
That's true.
But back to Sarah Ascendant, I think the card is still good. I think it needs to be much more of a hate bear list. I think it's good in like your Malcolm Timna. I think it's probably good in Brea. So I mean, gaining 6 life when you're on ad nauseum is really good.
So Naivar mentioned something about an Orzhov list that combos with them. What about something like Luris in here?
Ooh, I do love Luris because that also gives us access to casting like our necromancy and such from the yard over and over again. If we're gonna do that, we're also probably gonna just want to be on Displacer Kitten.
Okay.
Displacer Kitten, Luris, very very good. Very good, very very good.
Now here's another thing. So we are an infinite mana deck, correct?
Yep.
Well, what about good old World Gorger Dragon? I mean Abdel Adrian.
We have a very wishy-washy relationship where I played that card in a number of lists, and every time I drew it, I was just sad.
So, but look at him. He is a Chad. He is the Giga Chad here.
Doesn't our community not want Chads?
I mean, but look at him. Look at that jawline. So here's the thing. Okay, and here's my argument for it. It makes tokens, so it combos off. We're already running reanimation packages. Necromancy, Dance of the Dead, Animate Dead. It just poked myself in the eye. And
that is not a card.
It combos with Mirkwood Bats.
You know, I can't refute anything that you've said, so you have to at least consider it. So fine.
Yes, that's a win
Sarah
for me.
Paragon.
Sarah Paragon, what is that?
It's Luris but slightly bigger.
Okay.
Yeah. It's 4 mana Luris.
Oh. Play a land for your graveyard to cast permanent spell 3 or less.
And Lavinia Azorius Renegade is a stacks piece.
Yeah, that's like another silence, Lavinia.
Oh god, we're playing Lavinia and we're playing Boromir. What? Can we just knowledge pool lock the table?
I mean, I'm gonna hit this button that says stacks here and let's see what happens. Ah!
Oh, yes, that is pretty true. Ashnod's Altar with Nadir Kraken. Yeah, that's the piece we're missing. Iconic card from Magic's history. We just can't remember that. Thank you.
We've made a terrible mistake.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Oh, God. Alright, well, we're going to really quickly go through these. Pay no attention. That goes away. That goes away. We're playing Kitten. That could stay. That goes away. Not a you.
There are so many. Oh boy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I clicked. I shouldn't have clicked the button. I made a mistake.
Platinum Angel, that's some spice. Oh boy. Quick Control Z.
I don't know if it works. Does that work here?
Does it work?
No, it doesn't.
There's no undo action. Oh boy.
Luckily, all
Liliana,
to remove one. Oh yeah, this is part of my stacks package apparently. Like Blight Beetle. I don't remember doing this.
You have had very interesting choices in cards earlier in your Magic lifespan.
Oh, 100%.
Um,
I think what it might have been was this. I started working with packages when I was home from a surgery.
mm,
So I'm wondering if
Eidol-
maybe, just maybe.
Eidolon, Eidolon of Obstruction. That was one of the call outs from your
Yeah,
lists.
oh yeah, that was a thing. Silver Quill Silencer. Yep, yep. Oh god, Tomic. I might be here a little bit.
Yeah, well, now, chat, we get to see what we're doing. Charles, we are doing it wrong, as one might say, where Billy is doing it wrong.
I
He
am.
he definitely clicked some buttons that he shouldn't have.
Oh
He
wait.
programmed some things he shouldn't have done, and he pushed a prod, and now we're here.
Yep. And there's no way to go back.
Nope, no way.
Well, there.
Other
Listen,
than
I got the knowledge pool.
you know, I'm almost like scared to say that it'd be faster to just
Start
scrap
over.
it, start over.
Yep.
Oh boy.
All right. Well, welcome all. No.
Yeah. Does Chad have any other questions, comments, concerns? Want to criticize us for our lack of preparation?
Ineptitude.
Or, yeah, we take all criticisms to heart, and we'll probably cry over them for the next few days.
Absolutely. Oh, look at the Nimbus Mage and the River of Tears. Look at that. It's perfect. The only two remaining things. All right. So we know that this worked, and we know that this worked.
Basic forests go. Oh boy. Rewind the VOD? Maybe. I mean, this might get Thanos out of the post-prod video. We'll see. Maybe we'll post this separately so the internet can make fun of us forever.
That's fine too.
Yeah.
I can go back to here.
Dylan, as we went over the other Esper choices, there wasn't as much of a payoff for drawing a ton of cards off of making tokens as there was in Marnius, or just like making payoff in Esper over wheels. If you have suggestions for other commanders, we looked at like honorable mention of Quasar, the Grixis version, or the Esper Nekusar.
Mm-hmm.
And we looked at like the Hate Bear commanders in Timna and Sakashima, and it really just like we can capitalize off of drawing cards by doing a bunch of things. Rafine could be sweet, but an enemy Bowmaster against Rafine, like yes, it has ward, but I don't know, it's still a little sketchy to me. As somebody who played a ton of Rafine and actually had some decent success while playing the deck, like if we were going just strictly Reanimator as our playstyle, yes, because we can just fill our yard over and over and over again on turns. But I think we want to just be able to take advantage of those tokens and drawing cards off the tokens and just going deeper that way. I think he's the best at what he does in Esper. Not saying that he's the best Esper commander, because that obviously right now belongs to Tivit.
I think the first time I ever met you, were playing on two Sakashimas.
I was, yeah.
Good times, good times.
I don't want to talk about the last time you saw me playing that deck. You were gifted that Mox Diamond, sir. Gifted, I say.
Honorable mention for Cyclonic Rift going in this deck.
Who in their right mind, who casts a Cyclonic Rift on their main phase 2 and hands it off to the Stax player playing Derevi? Who does that? Who gives the Stax player the ability to untap everything? Like, they go next, they untap everything and just replay the back to basics. Who, like...
No, I replayed my Stasis. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, excuse me. You replayed Stasis instead of back to basics. My god. But, like, you couldn't have been gifted that game on more of a silver platter. Like...
Hey, I'll take it, though.
You did. You did take it. Took it, and drove all the way back to Jersey.
Nope,
And
Pennsylvania.
that's
That's where
oh
I'm at.
right. You drove through Jersey. So.
Yeah, technically. I think I
Uh,
stopped at Dunkin' beforehand. I had a nice conversation with the guy.
I was mad for weeks. I'm still mad.
Oh, let's see.
It's an Esper deck to see if we can port Opus Thief into
Yes.
being a relevant archetype again.
Bring back Opus Thief.
You know, I would agree with you, Freshka, but I was also playing stacks. I was on 2 Timnas.
Yeah, and I was playing his stacks better than him. What? Oh, God. Oh.
Listen, Linda.
Yeah, you're not the one who destroyed this, so.
Yeah, that's true. We're at this because of you.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. In my curiosity. Oh yeah, meme betrayal's going back in here. It was in the thing that I broke, so.
Yeah, he broke it a little too much, and then unbroke it a little too much.
Let's see.
They didn't choose a favorite. This person Luxac their way into top 4.
Triple sleeve deck.
We were in the infancy of running CDH in our area, and like this is probably almost 2 years ago at this point. They were just playing Tatiova, and they didn't understand the ramification of their actions. And by the time we tried to stop them, their mana was tapped, the spell was cast, and the rest of us were sad.
I was happy.
Ooh, 2 Entombs? Are we on 2 Entombs? Sounds really good.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, did you cut the one ring too?
The One Ring was when I made the packages. It did not exist. So
Gotcha,
yeah, the One
gotcha.
Ring's definitely in here.
Yeah, the One Ring. I think there is only a select few decks that don't want to run the One Ring, and I can't actually think of what they are. That card is just so powerful. Maybe like Rogside doesn't need it because they would just want to go fast, but like at the end of the day, if you're playing CDH and like card advantage is card advantage.
Yeah, I don't know who it was who gave the suggestion. Dark Rhea. I am just going back through the VOD already, like live.
Just to check what we had.
Yeah, exactly. Before I started to break it.
Yeah. We missed Dark Ritual.
That means we missed Cabal Ritual too.
I don't know if we need Cabal right here. As somebody who played us in Tibet and hated it, I don't think we really need it here. Yeah, Cavern of Souls, because we have a ton of humans, is probably really solid.
Yep.
Playing Timna in the deck list is probably not a bad idea.
I don't mind that. I don't dislike that. Man, I focus a lot on the creatures, huh? There's the lands. Lands are easy.
Well, I think we're going for much more of like a Hateberry stacks type list here.
Yeah.
Boromir, Linvala, Shieldred, Savines.
Okay. Got it. See
But you remember the Giga Chat, I see that.
I did, absolutely. Mirkwood Bats, Mondrak.
As we build this... Oh boy. As we build this deck, I will note that if we can get a functioning version of this deck done, it looks like we will be playing this here next Wednesday with hopefully 2 other people. But we will be trying this deck out on live to see if it can hold up against some of the regular decks in the meta.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Dylan, Sarah Paragon is probably still good here.
Yep.
I mean, reusing our graveyard as much as possible.
And then Luris as well, in that case.
Yeah, we not put lures?
I
We
I
need to put our kitten
we had it
back.
there before there.
More kitten.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. See.
Look, yes, Charles, it's 4-drop dot deck, but Magic won't stop printing gross 4-drops. This has been a problem since Siege Rhino.
Oh, I love
It's
Siege
just like
Rhino.
they right, but that was the time in which I made the argument that every single like 4-drop was just like an absurd bomb that just punched you in the face. I feel like we're very much back to that point with like Displacer Kitten and Sheoldred being the things, and now the One Ring. I'll to add to my example of how good 4-drops can be. Um, if your deck can't get cast 4-drops, you probably shouldn't be playing it, I guess. Oh wait, I'm sorry, Charles. Don't you play like only 0-drops?
Eggs, eggs, eggs. Listen, I love that deck. Joyra was one of my like, God, early new age CDH decks, and I absolutely love it. So good on
That's
you.
true. If you've ever watched Charles play it too, it's really a spectacle in itself because he's just very good at it and very good at explaining it. And when he's about to win, the famous line is just, "So do you know how KCI works?"
And then they go no, and you go ah. I'm
Ah,
sad now.
well, no. It's just like, well, here you go. Uh, I'm not sure we have enough in the way of instants and sorceries to make Snapcaster valid for this list.
Reusable ones that were like on is more
Yeah.
like that statement.
Blind Obedience would be cool. Especially if we want to like do some things with Kitten where we're using our infinite mana to just drain people with Blind Obedience. It is an outlet.
Since it's infinite mana, dramatic reversal, dramatic reversal, and iso scepter.
What are we funneling the infinite mana into? Just Marnius?
Marnius
Just like,
himself. Yep.
yeah, that's
6,
fair.
make 2 tokens, draw 2 cards, eventually just win from there.
That's true, Charles. Your commander does cost 4. That's very fair.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I think we're back to where we were at before. 124 cards in the deck. We're golden. Look at it ever happened.
My last note about Joyra is if you've ever played a game against Joyra and then used your Fimage to copy one, and then just get so much value off of just slamming your rocks, you understand why that deck has such an appeal.
Yeah, it feels good.
Did Deafening Silence make its way back in?
No, it did not. What other enchantments am I? Oh, Smothering Tithe?
Yep.
I wonder which ones I'm missing. Mystic Remora. Ristic Study.
We don't need those. Those are smooth brain cards.
So how other ways? Yeah, I'm really having a great time here. What other ways can we get to make our opponents draw?
I mean, we have the infinite mana into the Fairy Mastermind.
Okay. Would we want to put Spectral Sailor to make us draw? Just us draw, I should say.
We could. That's not a bad plan.
I almost suggested Glinthorn Buccaneer, and then I forgot where we're at.
Oh god, if we could break color pie on this deck.
Don't worry, I'm okay.
Yeah. No.
That goes away.
I think we're just running out of options, and like I think everything that we have as far as like making our opponents draw is what we're gonna get. I think it's a new take on Opus Thief because we're taking away their card advantage. Oh, did we put back Touch the Spirit Realm?
No, not yet. Thank you.
There's a bird that pays 4 to draw cards.
that pays 4
Do
to
we have
draw
a name on
cards.
that bird?
That's the wrong person to ask. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, they're offering the suggestion.
Yeah,
We could sit here in silence and deep dive into together to try and
bird.
figure this out.
The bird that you pay for to draw cards. Are you
Mm,
are you thinking of this? That's not a bird. You're thinking of this one.
does it look like a bird? Does it talk like a bird? It's a bird.
No, it's Yuta Takahashi.
Oh no, that's not a bird. uh, ooh, Echo of Aeons is a great suggestion there.
That's a bird. It's a fairy. Yogswill is definitely a thing we could definitely throw on there.
Echo would be sweet.
Okay, Echo, yeah.
We can have the legacy interaction of crack my LED to put that in the yard, then activate it. Super clean.
Wow, I'm having a moment.
That's okay. You take your moment. You own it.
If that's the case, do we want to put Karn in so we can just loop it? Oh no, we can't do that. Can't loop the Echo.
No, we can only pull rocks.
Yeah, that makes me sad. Okay,
I
Bento.
really did we put back the knowledge pool? Did that stay when you added that egregious amount of garbage?
No. Knowledge pool. Oh, that means I gotta put Lavinia in there too. Lavinia.
I'm not so sure about Meat Hook Massacre, but
Toxic
some board
Deluge.
wipes. Yeah, some board wipes would be solid.
Damn.
You want to, that card, like, I don't understand the hype about it. I get that it's modular and it's like single target removal and board wipe, but like sorcerer speed single target removal is just bad.
Yeah, I've actually not minded it. That was not really good English, but you know what I'm trying to say.
The
It can
waste
be.
not spice. I like the waste not spice.
Oh, waste not. Love me some waste not. So like, okay, then do we want to make them discard cards more? So like, should we run like Thoughtseize and oh, what is the card? Bottomless Pit.
Mm,
I think that's the one.
do we have Tainted Pact? Of course we have Tainted
yes,
Pact.
it's the weird art again.
Like,
I have to fix that. Sorry.
Prince Imrahil the Fair. No idea what that card is, but we can certainly take a look into
What
it.
did you just call me? So Bottomless Pit's a discard outlet. Prince.
Whenever you draw your second card and make a token, that seems really strong in limited, but I don't think only activating once a turn to just make a human is going to be quite enough. It seems like a baby version of our commander. Pauper EDH, I'd be interested in it and probably make some pretty good abuse out of that.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. So since we were talking to Charles about Joyra, what about Winds of not Winds of Change? Oh my god, the combo. Winds of
Rebuke?
no. The enchantment that costs 3 that whenever you draw a card you can replace the draw by paying 1 to return a target permanent.
Oh, Charles, help us out before you leave. You know this card. We love this card. It makes me cry. Yes, we did get Toxic Deluge in there. That was the first wipe we added. Hold on, let me message Charles.
I can literally picture it.
I think he left already, but
Probably.
he will answer me, damn it.
Winds of... Oh my god.
Word of Winds.
Word of Winds.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Dylan.
You were more reliable than Charles on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Word of Wind. Yeah. Love that card. Oh, favorite idea, favorite thing there. Oh, thanks, Charles. Thanks, Charles. One or two force wheels too.
Ooh, that's spice. I like it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let's keep it. We'll exile force to force.
Mm-hmm.
Oof,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that's the way we gotta do it.
Any other kind of neat cards that we might like? I mean, do we want to put Karn in there?
Hmm.
Like throw that no run effect in
Um.
there?
So I've been testing Karn and Tivit. I watched it happen a bunch, and like the ability to forbidden tutor and then get your stuff back without your opponent suspecting anything, really strong.
Mm-hmm.
It would also help with post Yogg Will turns if we don't wind up winning. The problem is, are we playing enough impactful artifacts that would make that ability worth it?
Reanimatable. Oh,
Um,
Solitude. Solitude.
Solitude could be
Oh, and
interesting.
Soul Partition. I like those. Solitude. Soul Part. I am a big fan of Soul Partition personally. And the other card that I'm a big fan of is Blue Elemental Blast.
Yeah, I haven't been able to be sold on Blue Blast yet, but
If you really want to be technical, you should be running Hydro Blast. But um,
hey, Zane, what's going on?
hi Zane,
Welcome.
you missed me completely mess up, so I'm having a great time.
Shh, he didn't need to know about that.
That's okay. I tell him my mistakes.
That's fair.
Esper Opus Thief using Marnius. So the other options, I mean, we could even throw these in there. Um, we could throw Toulouse in there.
You did show your
I
package on
did show my
stream.
package, yeah.
Is this a
Uh,
Broodlord or Villas deck?
I don't think
Um,
it's Villas. Broodlord's a maybe. Bowmaster is right there somewhere. It's in twos. It's right there. There it is. Um,
yeah, at some point, I know we have to start cutting cards.
yeah, we got to cut a lot of cards.
We have to cut a lot of cards. This is hmm.
I think we can definitely cut the Spectral Sailor.
Yeah, probably.
Um, I mean, most of it's going to come from because we have 22 artifacts, which is fine, except for Mox Amber's going to be in here. There you are. We might even be able to cut down on that too, because I don't think the knowledge pool is going to make it there, personally.
You really think main board Timna is bold? Main deck Timna? I think it's perfectly fine because it's still card advantage. That's just not what our deck wants in the command zone because we want the combo outlet in the command zone instead of the advantage. Then again, our commander is also advantage.
This was the other thought for it. I witnessed Josh from Elder Drake Highlander play this, and the
Mm-hmm.
deck is sweet. But we wanted to run with Marnius, so this was another idea. Um, Probably gonna want more 4 drops. If only there was like a birthing pod in Esper
There is, but it only does spells, which is not good.
and artifacts.
Yeah, which again, just not for us. I thought
Let's
about it for a hot second. It also like does them on the stack, which is not like particularly good.
Pyro Heroes does that, but like we have a different like so we have some humans and then there's like orcs and then stuff like that. It goes a little bit rare. We could probably get rid of Mondrak. Mondrak's just win more.
Yeah, that's every time I've seen him in a game, it's like, well, this isn't going to help me from behind, and I'm already ahead, so I can't play it. So that's
Yeah, not playing Aura of Silence. Um, I think that just the double white is a little bit rough there. How do our instants look? Let's look away from the creatures for a second. Our instants look okay. I mean, we could probably cut one of these guys, the blue or the hydro.
um, yeah, we can cut one of them. We can cut the one that's not swattable.
Well, both of them are swattable because it counters red.
Cool.
It's Hydra Blast
Oh,
because
right,
if you
right.
want to
So,
kill
uh,
a Phantasmal Image copy of something.
yeah, cut both red cards aren't good. I don't know.
It seemed pretty
Zane and
okay.
his Zane and Mardu Summer might have something to say to you about that.
Uh, it's hot Mardu Summer.
That's true. Hot Mardu Summer,
Hot Mardu Summer.
which I don't know who saw that T-shirt from our friend Gold Sabretooth, but that thing was super hot.
It is very hot for hot Mardu Summer. It's perfect.
Oh, it's Marnius Summer now.
Oh, it's Marnia Summer now.
Yeah, everything we want to do is just taking full suits of armor out onto the beach.
Wait, you don't?
Honestly.
Hold on. Am I doing it wrong? Sorceries look pretty okay. Oh, wait.
MTGPT, welcome. What's going on? We're brewing up some Esper Opus Thief, taking some shout outs for card suggestions right before we get into cutting this egregious list down to a playable 100. Oh, did we fit Ashnod's altar
Yep, I
into
already
this
got in
list?
there.
Okay, yeah, cool. Can make some use of all those tokens.
Yeah, I also think we could cut Displacer Kitten. There's like nothing we want to flicker. Unless we're like,
Other than Loris.
yeah, exactly. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah. The thought was we could keep casting Animate Dead on the same turn over and over and over again, but
Yeah.
uh, producing that much black mana can be kind of rough. Did we have Wishclaw Talisman? I don't
No.
remember us talking
Wait,
about that.
maybe.
Maybe that was in the rock package or something.
Yeah, it's yes, it is. There it is.
Okay. Might not need Drake.
Probably don't need Drake.
Probably don't. I've seen Drake doing less and less work with all of like the tricks to get out of having to swap creatures. It's just not as advantageous. As much as I like the Solitude, the Path on a Stick, I don't know how good it is.
I
And
agree.
if we want to be exiling white cards,
We can actually see what our breakdown is.
well, it's also like how many of those white cards are just free that we can throw away and not really care about
Yeah,
them.
18, 27, 25, so. And then multicolors, but we're not counting those. Oh, let's see. Do we actually feel like Grim Hireling is going to do stuff for us? Like, are we actually going to be attacking that often?
So as much as like probably
Okay.
we're a hate bears deck. There's a lot of not enough creatures in the format. A lot of time people are very scared to play them right now with Bowmaster around. So I think it's a good time for hate bears to just slam and swing.
Okay. Back to the sorceries. I think our sorceries are pretty okay.
Yeah, I mean we're not playing many of them, which is the right thing.
Yeah, 13, which we could probably reduce to. Like, Praetor's Grasp is kind of like the only one, but like, eh.
Yeah, grasp is one of the first things I do wind up cutting. A lot of the time, it's like, is it powerful? Yes, but again, relying on your opponents to play the card you need.
Yeah.
I once went and Praetor's Grasp a Yuriko player because I assumed that every blue player played Cyclonic Rift, and not every blue player plays Cyclonic Rift.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was very shook. I was shooketh.
It is pretty shooketh.
Yeah.
MCL does kind of feel medium a little bit. We do have a way to draw in the command zone, so I'm a little bit more on board with it.
Yeah, but when we're drawing from the command zone, we're just drawing our deck.
Sometimes.
Like we're not. Yeah. Not a huge I'm never an advocate for that card. I think it's very mid. I think the fact that it's still expensive after being reprinted shows that it was not there wasn't enough of it printed. But at the same time, like it's just not a good card. Like sorcery speed, vampiric tutor. It shouldn't be more than vampiric tutor, no matter how many times it's printed.
Yeah. Oh, instance. I think that we could probably cut Deadly Rollick.
How much other targeted removal we have? We have Path and
Path, Soul Part,
Swords.
Swords. We don't have Path in here, but we have Cyclonic Rift, we have Soul Partition, Swords to Plowshares, and I thought technically Hydroblast. I thought we had one more. No, we and Orcish Bowmasters technically.
Right. If we have space at some point, we might want to consider March of Swirling Mist.
Ooh, I kind of like that over Deadly Rollick.
Yeah, for sure.
Which daddy or mommy am I watching? Yes. Whatever you want us to be.
We should also, instead of being on Swan Song, be on an offer you can't refuse.
Fine.
You can't tell me I'm wrong.
I mean, when you're counting your own stuff for this one, and this one in particular.
To counter your own stuff and get 2 treasures and draw 2 cards. Whoo! Captain, this is Marnius Opus Thief.
Oh, what's the commander? Marnius Calgar.
Yeah.
We'll save that for a different chat. See, I actually mentioned Hullbreaker earlier before I broke everything. And I still think that it is possible to make this a Hullbreaker deck. No, we're not giving opponents treasure tokens for 1 blue. I won't allow it.
We're protecting our win cons for 1 blue.
We're countering our own stuff for 1 blue. Did give us 2 treasures. Yeah.
Control and then slime the Hullbreaker.
That was my thought too. I'm gonna put this in there, and then we're gonna go back to it. It is flash. We can play it on the opponent's turn, and we can just go nuts.
If we don't have anything better to do on our turn with 7 mana, we're doing something absolutely wrong.
But are we?
Yes.
If we're about to win the game like that, are we?
So you want to leave up 7 mana, pass the turn around to 3 other players who are probably going to make win attempts, because if we have 7 mana, somebody else absolutely has 7 mana, and then hope we can slam the Hullbreaker to come around and win?
Hold on. Captain Moral Support, I love you. You're on your Jorn arc. I love that. Thank you. I'm a huge Jorn stan. I love anything. I really do love anything stacks, but like, Jordan was my second one, so...
So you just love silver hair, shirtless men.
Well, I mean, listen, have you seen Jorn? Have you
You're
seen
not wrong.
him?
You're absolutely not wrong. But Kraken, is this Hullbreaker horror is the Kraken you're talking about? Because we're playing 2 other Krakens in this deck.
Three. Nadir, Washer and Water, Hullbreaker horror. It's actually Kraken Tribal we're playing.
Well, I said 2 other. I was, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I can't count.
What about squids? Do we want to make some squids?
Chasm Skulker?
Yeah. I mean, we're going to be drawing a ton of cards, right? And then we just let it die. It gets big like Bowmaster, right?
Yeah.
Just slam in there. Crash.
Alright, so anyway, obviously, Shieldred.
I've obviously not consumed enough caffeine today.
Looks like you need more coffee.
Typhoon. Yeah, I do, absolutely. More coffee, more commander.
Shieldred. I think we could probably do with that.
It combos with everything.
It does everything that we want to do. Like between the 2 of them, I think I kind of want to get rid of Sarah Paragon before I get rid of Shieldred.
Yeah, 100%. Sarah Paragon's the weaker of the 2 there. We already have Luris, and the fact that we're cutting Kitten to not be able to blink those things makes it less.
How do we feel about Drana and Lavala?
I would really like to try that card. I
Okay.
think it's super sweet. If it lands and your opponents have activated abilities that you can just take advantage of.
So, would we rather Drana Linvala or Linvala?
Drana.
Okay.
Drana
So, we're
Linvala.
going to get rid of this Linvala then. Let's see. So, what's cool with playing the Words of Wind combo? Wait, do we actually have the Words of Wind combo in here? No, it's just. We can just draw cards. We can get rid of Words of Wind.
Okay.
And we
Yeah,
can get
that's
rid of
fun.
Bottomless Pit. Do we want to get rid of Waste Not? Because there's not a lot of discarding happening, aside from like our Windfall and our Dark Deal.
Yeah. Did we put a twister in this deck? No,
Yes.
because okay, we did. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can also play Wheel
I
and
think.
Deal.
Oh, well, yeah, true. I don't think that's good enough, but we can. That is the thing we're allowed to do.
We can also play Time Spiral. Yeah.
Hmm. I mean, we could also play Forced Fruition.
No. No. Time Spiral at least untaps my lands. Next thing you know, you're gonna want to tell me we're gonna play Mind Over Matter.
I mean, it is an infinite combo with the One Ring.
So wait, hold on. But actually, Wheel and Deal.
So you want to tell me you want to play a 4-mana wheel?
All right, all right, all right. We are being silly, but we are going for CEDH.
Yeah, we put in a lot of fun cards, but we will boil this down to a real deck. Um,
And we're
and I
hoping to
don't
play
think
it
Wheel
next
and
week.
Deals. Yeah, we are hoping to play this on stream next week with other real CDH decks to see how well this is going to stand up in the meta if we choose to bring it somewhere. Uh,
Like the
might not
cookout.
see the light of day. Ooh, yeah, yeah, maybe the cookout. Maybe some money matches after the cookout, but who knows? Because God knows I don't know how to play Magic during the day. I only know how to run events. So you'll catch me in a red shirt that day. I have not yet gone to an Eminence event and been able to play more than one game of Magic. And I think that's a travesty.
No, that's Freshka. Well, why don't you just come down? The cookout hasn't happened yet. You still have time. You have 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's not until 28th. Yeah.
Yes.
I know when my events are. Do you know when my events are?
Why do we feel we were on more lands? Oh, that's right. We were.
Grafdigger's Cage. That's not a bad idea.
It stops if we're going with a reanimation package.
Yes, true.
So, I mean, yeah, yes, we can. We sure can stop the tie-am if we do that.
there's a creature that says you can't sacrifice permanents or pay life to activate costs.
That's Big Pig. Yasharn.
No, there's
Yasharn's green
another
white.
one. There's a white one. There's just a white one.
There's just a white one?
Reanimation is not trash. Reanimation is cheating. Get it straight.
I'm only super on board with the reanimation stuff, mainly because we're going to be wheeling and wheeling and
Oh yeah,
dealing.
we have to we have to be able to play the things because we're going deep on just wheeling everything into the yard. Angel of Jubilation. Okay, nope, it's a bad card. Never mind.
4-drop.
Uh,
Nah, we're good here.
yeah, I only remembered it because it was played against me this past weekend. Somebody was brave enough to bring Mono White Myrel to CDH table, and surprisingly, because absolutely no one was ready for it, was able to hit top cut in like 15th place. Was very annoying to deal with. They just resolved like turn 2 Stony Silence or something else that shuts off rocks, and then an on curve Myrel with us not being able to interact on their turn just starts smacking us. It was very, very relevant. Okay. All right. Do we really need the scepter combo? It feels like a lot of work to get into to have much more complicated payoffs.
We could cut that, sure. Do we want to leave dramatic reversal in there as a? I didn't have it in there to begin with. Never mind. I just had Ice Crown Scepter, so it's already out.
Ooh, oh boy, we're cooking with gas now.
I mean, dramatic reversal in the One Ring is very, very hot. I'm not gonna lie.
Let's draw the whole deck. That's yeah. But at that point, we might as well play Mind Over Matter.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, wait a second. Oh, nope, 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 nope. We can get rid of Waste Not. As cool as that
Waste Not.
is, yeah, it's not like we're gonna loop into Ebony Charm and be able to take full advantage of between that with our commander and Waste Not. So,
Right.
how do we feel about Blind Obedience?
Um, I think we have enough stacks pieces in our creature suite that Blind Obedience might not be entirely necessary. We definitely don't need Necropotence.
You're right, Corey. Dramatic Versal is still there. I just can't read because they made me put it in man at CMC order.
That's okay. Magic players can't read. We just know what the pretty pictures do.
Exactly. So Blind Obedience we could cut, we said, right?
Yes, and I don't think Necropotence is where we want to be either. Yeah, Blind Obedience definitely can be a win con. I guess we can consider it if we wind up leaving Hullbreaker Horror in. But I think that's the only thing that it really wins with.
Let's see. Recruiter the Guard gets us.
Oh, true. Even with Bomberman, right?
Oh, that's true. Blind Obedience, get back in here.
Yep, you win. Congratulations. You have earned 1 gold star.
I'll give you a high five when I see you. Do we actually need Timna in the main? I really don't think we do.
Need? No.
Okay.
Wait, did we glaze over and not even mention the fact that we have Whispering Madness in this list?
I tried to sneak that in there. Shh! Don't call attention to it.
We just want to wheel every single turn.
Yes.
I mean, it's not a bad thing.
No, it's like
I think it's going to be hilarious if we manage to pull that off.
right. Imagine a Whispering Madness on a Shieldred. Like, hey, hey, hey.
Yeah, and, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot.
How do
That's
we
a
feel
lot of
about?
damage. A lot of life gain.
I think we could kind of cut Echo.
I am not sure
Okay, we could
because
revisit that one.
it's a wheel that we get to use from a yard, and it becomes like the 3 mana in the yard is very strong, and it's cool because we can cast it from our hand, quote unquote, if we have LED in play.
Mm-hmm.
So we can just like go LED, empty our hand as much as possible, crack LED for 3 blue, cast Echo from yard.
Yeah. Do we actually want Lavinia?
Like 2 mana of Lavinia that
Yeah.
stops free shit? Yes.
Okay. How about
Yeah,
Lurks?
I think we do. I think we have to experiment with it just because it's so good at recasting all the permanents that we're playing.
Okay. Dothy.
Not necessary in my book,
All right.
but
because we're at the tough cuts right now.
yeah. What's our card count right now?
114.
114. 14 lands. Let's go.
We're at 26.
We're 26 now.
Yeah.
We can't cut 14 lands. Oops. Never mind.
I'm thinking since we're going down on creatures, we could probably cut Deafening Silence now. We actually have a pretty solid balance between everything. And honestly, a lot of our stuff, like, so if we have a
Did
deafening
you?
silence and we play a wheel, we're gonna be really upset.
Mm, probably, but I didn't think 26 creatures was going light on creatures.
Uh, we might cut some more. Um, I'm also iffy on Yogg's Will, but also by the same token, there's only two that shuffle it back in. So, like, having Whispering Madness and Windfall with Yogg's Will is kind of nice for us. Mnemonic Betrayal is just amazing.
Mm.
Yeah, Dothy is good for focusing on wheels. I hate when you're right.
All right, let's cut deafening silence. Let's do it. I'll concede that one. Um,
These are all fine.
let's look at our rocks for a second.
Okay.
I think the Grim Monolith, not necessarily something that we have a huge use or payoff for. Outside of casting our commander, we don't have a ton of. Um,
Yeah, Entomb for Echo. Yeah, that's true.
yep, for sure. But Grim Monolith, we don't have a lot of colorless things to pay for with Grim Monolith. I don't know if that's
Yeet.
really worth it. Yep, throw it in the trash.
Uh, and I believe, hold on. Well, as it stands right now, 20. So, white is our off color. And so we could probably cut the white black talisman.
Okay, that
Or,
seems reasonable.
yeah, because blue is our major.
Yeah, that's what we were just saying. Talisman of Hierarchy.
Yeah. Yeah, I just know the white black talisman. I didn't know the name. Sorry.
Listen, you got to be up on this. We need in-depth content of knowing every single Magic card that's ever been printed.
Max, you made fun of me yesterday for pronouncing Mnemonic Betrayal wrong. And I'm still doing it. Mnemonic Betrayal.
There's a reason we call it meme bet because
Yes.
sometimes words are too hard.
Yeah. Instance. We gotta cut 12. Gotta cut 12. Let me make sure. Let me refresh the page because sometimes.
I
Mods
am a
fields.
judge, and no, I don't know every card. Um, I know how cards work. I don't know what cards were printed. So if you give me cards and card text, I can tell you how they interact with each other. Um, but no, no, no. Too much judge knowledge to fit every card in there. Um, there are definitely some people who have an inventory of cards in their head, and God bless them. There are some people who like verbatim know the entirety of the Magic rules. Uh, they are the goats, and that's not me.
I am
I'm
not a
good at
goat.
what I, yeah, I'm good at what I do, but I am by no means a thesaurus. We have the internet for a lot of reasons. I wish if I could just implant the entirety of Magic's knowledge base into my head.
I actually think Recruit of the Guard is bad here.
I agree. I didn't realize we were playing that. I would have had that cut
I
a
just saw it.
long time
Yeah, I
ago.
just saw it.
That's very seer. All these cards are still good. Um, I feel like if we're gonna start cutting things, we actually have to cut like sets of combos that need to go
Yeah.
away because we're doing a lot of things. Um, I refuse to cut the Watcher though. That is,
That is the reason we built this deck. I
I don't like the Abdel
I
line.
know.
I fought against it for a bit, and Giga Chad had to stay. But maybe if chat pressures Billy enough, he'll take it out.
Giga Chad will live on in the sideboard here.
Thank God.
Um, I keep coming back to these.
To our instance.
Door sorcerers. Well, instance too.
So,
Yeah. Do we actually need Orm's chant?
no, I think if we're gonna keep Ranger Captain, we don't need Orm's Chant.
Okay. I'd rather Ranger Captain because of the reanimation effects.
Yeah, that's fair. Which is the bad Kraken?
Oh, I do like Bill the Pony. Bill the Pony's not bad.
But are we going for not bad?
Well, it could hang out in there, so.
It can hang out in the sideboard, and we can consider it at the kiddie tables, the casual tables.
But
I just
look
don't
at
think
him.
making a food. He is a striking and mighty steed, and one day we'll find you a playmat that has Abdel riding Bill the Pony. Until then, we can let him live in the sideboard.
I mean, that's fair. We can do that. Oh, I just realized something. You are watching me do this on a delay this entire time.
Yeah, and I'm keeping up pretty damn well.
That's impressive. Here, I'm switching it so that I'm live in the Discord. Now. Over an hour and a half into this. I mean, you're not wrong. Bill plus KCI plus Eldrazi Displacer is a combo. That's 100% true.
That sounds like a lot of cards that we just don't have room for.
It combos with Mirkwood Bats!
Billy, I will hang up this phone right now.
Listen, I will call the house and ruin your dial-up.
Shh, no one's supposed to know I'm still on dial-up.
I guess we can move Tetsamok to the sideboard, too.
Tetsamok should go on the sideboard, just for Mike.
Let's see. I still am not a big fan of Grim Hireling.
You know, we need to make cuts. I will concede. I've made you cut a lot of cards that you liked, so you can cut my Grim Hireling.
I'm moving into considering pile.
My disk drive? No, don't open my disk drive. There's stuff in there. It needs to stay in there.
That's where he keeps his peanut butter.
Yeah. I mean, there's a story from a long time ago when I was like 3. I did try and store peanut butter in a VCR.
Okay, I didn't actually know that, but that's great. I'm glad I know your history.
Yeah. Peanut butter sandwich just fits like incredibly well in a VCR.
You know, it kind of does.
Yep. I was very proud of myself.
Huh. That's kind of impressive. Nice. I'll take it.
At this point, I'm not sold on Yogswill. I think
so. With Whispering Madness, Dark Deal, and Windfall, I'm more sold on Yogswill, and I'm less sold on Echo. Like, as weird as that sounds.
So, hear me out. If you Yogswill to Dark Deal or Windfall, that means the rest of the cards that we're discarding just go to exile.
No. Other way around.
Oh,
We
other way
Dark Deal.
around?
Yeah, we Dark Deal, Windfall, or Whispering Madness. We put those cards into the graveyard. Then we Yogswilled.
I thought you were saying to replay.
No.
Windfall.
The other way around.
So, I think the reanimation effects. That's why I think it was so much more like permanent and creature focused.
Yeah.
The reanimation effects are really where I'm looking at this, and I think they do a better job of bringing things back than trying to play them with Yogswill. Because if we wanted to try and gain advantage from wheeling over and over again, we can only wheel once on the turn that we play Yogswill. And usually when you play Yogswill, you want to win.
You know, as I look at Mirkwood Bats, I'm like, this is really good. But then I'm like, Mirkwood Bats and Smothering Tithe are pretty hot. And a wheel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. That's the only thing keeping me on.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Is it does get weird when you wheel your Tainted Pact or Consult.
Yeah. Yes and no. Like, are we a Tainted Pact deck, or are we a deck that's happening to play those cards as a backup? Much more leaning into those cards are like, oops, I couldn't play this. Let me win through Tainted. Whereas, like, we just want to really win through Marnius.
could probably cut Imposter Mech.
We could cut Imposta Mech. I don't like it, but we could.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the sideboard for now. I think the artifacts are in a great place right here.
Yeah, I don't think I want to play less than 16. I think going under that, we start to slow the deck down a little
15
too
is the
much.
bare minimum I would play, but that would literally be only cutting Astronaut's Altar, which is one of the combo pieces. So
Right. Let's look at enchantments one more time. No, all those have to stay.
just
God
Blind
damn it.
Obedience is the only one, but that again, that's a combo piece. We have 7 cards to cut.
107 cards.
Nah, I am playing
Okay.
Snapcaster Mage. Nope, you can't make me.
All right. Soul Partition, gotta go. It's the
Really? Because
weakest in
then
this.
we're. Is it?
It is 100%.
I was thinking
Or
Hydroblast.
Stern Scolding. That Stern Scolding's so narrow.
I would disagree, but I will remove it.
Oh fuck, we're not playing Mindbreak Trap. Thank you, Craig. Cut Scolding. Yes. We are so close yet so far.
I know.
-1/+1. I think Hydroblast is the next to get the axe.
Yeah, I think so too. Love that
I
card,
think
but
we just have to be like on bare bones protecting our shit interaction because of our creature density and everything that we're doing in our sorceries. We might not even. Well, no, we're definitely a meme bet deck because we're filling people's yards.
100%. I'd be like, no, you're out of here. Gotta go.
Yeah, I'm fired, right?
Yeah. You're
Replace
hired,
me.
then you're fired.
Oof. All right.
So, do we want to keep Labman and Thoracle, or do we want to get rid of Labman?
I think we can get rid of Labman because we're playing Born Upon the Wind. We just have to be careful when we're comboing.
I agree, and I also agree. I do think Echo is meh.
Yeah, we're at such a point where I have to agree that we can cut it. You win. I tried to keep it as long as I could. Hot Legacy Tech is Hot Legacy Tech, but
I mean, not wrong. I mean, I'm putting him on the sideboard so that we can put him back in there.
yeah. Intuition too good.
Oh, what's our pile?
Intuition? I think it depends. It's usually like Savine's Wreck,
Yeah, I have to put
Animate's
that in there.
Head. Yeah, I think Time Twister is probably the wheel that can go. It does work well with Bowmaster and like everything that says draw card, make a thing, but yeah, Twister's probably the weak chain here because we want yards full. All right, we're down to 4 cards.
4 cards. We're getting there. We're almost there.
Dispel over Swan Song.
Is Swan Song in here again?
I thought we cut it.
Oh, we did cut it.
Oh, we were playing Dispel over Swan Song.
Yes.
I'd rather play Swan Song over Dispel.
Okay.
It hits more things. I didn't realize we were playing Dispel. I actually don't like Dispel as a counterspell in most cases. I've been playing Spell Pierce.
Yeah, because then you could also. He's right. They're right. We could also just with Time Twister. I'm putting Time Twister back in.
Okay. Yeah,
because you could refill. You could use your other wheels and refill with that one. With Time Twister.
True. I'm not sure we're playing enough lands, which is terrible to say because we still have to cut a bunch of cards, but like 26 seems super low for a deck that's as mana intensive as we're trying to do.
I thought I was missing. I want it to be at least 27, and I'm pretty sure I'm missing one of them.
Otawara?
That's it. That was the one.
Ionjo is usually a pretty like standard inclusion for me as well.
Dark Deal. I I can't spell that. So
Oh.
it's not going in.
Eiganjo. Yeah. Okay. What else can we get rid of? I think it's time to say goodbye to Hullbreaker Horror. 'Cause I don't know where else we're getting slots from. We just keep losing slots to cards that we forgot to put in, and we're going backwards.
So the other option, okay, so actual thing, if we cut the salvagers line,
Mm-hmm.
we then free up salvagers, Luris, and LED. We sever 3 cards if we get rid of salvagers.
I
Hullbreaker, we only do
think
1.
true. Okay. Yeah. I think it's got to go. We need space. As much as I'd like to fit it, I think the whole breaker line's better.
Hold on, wait. There's an intuition pile with Luris, Savine's Wreck, and LED, isn't there? No, that only gets you 1 of
No.
them. Yeah.
Yeah. That is unfortunate, but at the same time, we still can combo with blind obedience that way.
Yeah.
3 cards. All right, Chad. What are our final 3 cards that we're cutting here, just to get this list to a play testable spot?
I think it's the island.
I think you're cracked.
I mean, yeah.
It might be the Narset.
Oh yeah, I forgot we even had
Narset
that.
probably just doesn't
Yeah.
do enough.
No, we want them to draw cards.
Yeah. And then it might be the Lavinia,
That's
Azorius Renegade.
that's what I was thinking too. Let's see. Okay, our permanents that are 3 or less. So this entire pile. Okay. I'm
Oh,
just looking
true.
at
If
Sabine's Wreck right
we,
now.
yeah, no, I think we cut Savine's Wreck because we cut the other 2 parts of the combos that we were looking at to play it in.
Well, remember, we are wheeling them away. And literally it
Right.
gets back all
Most of
of
our, yeah.
this. Yeah, it gets back pretty much anything. It's actually just a good value piece right now.
I think this deck looks like it would do really well at mid-range mountain.
Yes. Yes, it would. Yeah, I was thinking Boromir as well because it has the same Lavinia text. And we don't care if
Yeah.
things get indestructible. Um, and we're playing enough like silence effects that we're fine with Ranger Captain, Grand Abolisher, actual factual silence.
Oh god. Okay, so we have 100 cards here.
We got 100 cards. It's definitely an interesting look. It's definitely an interesting deck.
Yeah, I think so. I think it looks well. Can we see our curve? Let's go to that curve screen just to see what we're looking at.
Okay. 100%
Okay,
chance playing those in curve.
I love that. Yeah, you can play your 0 drops on curve. You can play Pact Negation on curve every time.
Every time. So we have 1 7-drop, and that's just our Kraken. So, okay, it's actually not bad. It's hovering around 2, and then there's a spike at 4, which we expect it.
Yep.
And yeah, cutting the white the white black one was great because 21.
Yeah, I think we are in a solid place where we might be ready to start playtesting this.
Yeah. You want to do a couple of test hands real quick?
We should definitely do some.
All right.
Yes, Captain, Yosharn is goaded. I wish that card was slightly better so that we could, which is really hard to say, so that we could actually play that as a commander card, like as a CDH commander, more reliably. It just goes against half the things that we want to do to combo and win in green. This looks mid.
Yeah, I don't like this one at all. I'd mulligan
No.
this one, especially for 7. Uh,
Oof.
wow. Hey, that
You know,
Aganjo looks pretty good, huh?
I still think it looks fine.
This
Ask
is a
Drummond how
mulligan as
good a
well.
Ganjo is.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris,
That's fair.
This is we're just finishing up brewing for a Marnius Opus Thief deck. Some Esper Opus Thief. We're running some test hands, looking to see if we're ready to play this on stream next week. Play tested a bunch to see if it's back in the meta for some Opus Thief action. Um, One thing I've always noticed about the hands that we get on Moxfield, they never seem good ever. I've play tested hundreds and hundreds of hands of just like this never looks like what I'm actually getting when I'm opening a fresh script in paper.
Well, when you shuffle cheat, Max, I mean, what? This hand's
Listen,
good. This hand's really good.
oh yeah, no, this hand's hot.
Yeah.
This,
This is a keep.
we'll keep.
Got some interaction. He's got a smothering
Let's see
tide
what
turn 2.
let's see what our draw is.
Hit. Yeah.
Yeah, this is super hot. Smothering tries to turn 2 into probably at least a Kraken, if not a Marnius Kraken.
Well, you leave open. So turn 1, Misty for UC, Mana Vault. Uh, turn 2, Shock and Hall and Fountain, play Smothering Tide. You have a Flusterstorm backup.
Yep.
And you just kind of let it go around and do your thing. And, you know, second turn. Okay, Talisman's not bad either. Phyrexian Metamorph. Alright. Cool. That was
Phyrexian
not bad.
Metamorph?
Yeah.
Okay, we're good. That seems much more playable. That's not
It's not.
5 land. When are you getting 5 lands in a 27 land deck? I don't understand. No compre. This is a hot hand.
This is
That's
nice.
a
That's
turn
a
two
turn 2
Marnius.
Marnius. We
That
don't have Praetor's Grass, Captain. Max made me cut it a lot earlier. I love Praetor's Grass, but it definitely is requiring testing for that too.
I think we're going to be milling people so much, or flipping things so much.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's a consideration for this deck. Altar of the Brood?
No, you want the Astronaut's Altar. I mean, yeah, that's cool with the making the things, or milling using things to sack. That's great. Um,
Well, no. Altar of the Brood is the 1 mana artifact.
when it enters the
Whenever,
battlefield.
yeah, they mill one. So our token creation, we might wind up being able to like pump mana into Marnius to make them mill cards, and like going for that on a turn 1 is very solid to see that, because then like our fetch lands make it ready mill 2 cards, and
Yeah. I'm gonna put that in the sideboard for now. We can definitely make some changes if you want, but yeah, I'm gonna go with that one for now.
look, we know that we have to respect breach, but at the same time, like our object is to just keep like opus thieving and wheeling. So some amount of putting things in the yard, and especially putting things that they don't want to see in the yard there, definitely can help us.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the great thing is when you're in a pod with red and you're confirming breach, you can also just elect not to cast the spells that are in your hand to not feed the breach. Were we playing Oppo? Did Opposition Agent make it back in from your snafu earlier?
Yes, it sure did. I can't spell it. There it is. Alright, we gotta cut a card.
You know, Billy, I thought you were good at this game.
Oh no, I am. I just fake it till I make it. I'll be honest with you, Chief. Um,
Okay. But what are we cutting to fit this Oppo is the greatest question that we're facing today. Maybe it's Metamorph? It can't be Mirkwood.
No, no.
Mirkwood's like too solid.
It could be Mirkwood Bats. I hate it, but
I think I don't want to cut Mirkwood Bats just to try it. I think it's on our watch list.
okay.
For now, I think we might just want to cut Metamorph.
I don't. I think that's very wrong.
Probably. I don't know what else we're looking to just like cut here. Um, I don't think it's a creature at this point.
No, I think it might. I mean, it could be Dance of the Dead,
It could be. I think Dance is probably it.
Anime or Dance of
Um,
the Dead. One of them two.
um,
Probably Dance of the Dead because that makes them come in tapped.
True. Yeah. I was gonna say keep Dance because dancing's more fun, but
I
the
mean,
tapped is
yeah,
relevant.
yeah. Did I take out? I did take out Alter the Road. Yeah.
All right. I think
Yeah.
we're at a comfortable spot for today. We've been at this for just about an hour and 45 minutes. Probably a good place to cut up unless Chad has any more last minute suggestions, comments, concerns.
Send me your threats.
Make those in writing. Um, yeah, anything that you would like to plug before we head out for today?
Uh, no. I'm gonna be lame and say I'm gonna send a link to my link tree in the chat here. You can check me out at Commander and Coffee. That is my podcast, and where we keep things brewing. Just back from a little bit of hiatus, so we got some new things going on, trying some new things, trying some stuff, and partner up with friends and just having fun. Really, honestly, that's what it's gonna do. I'm gonna be at the cookout, and I will also be at Festival of Nights, which is in the Northeast.
Yeah, yeah, you'll be at Festival Nights and you'll be sporting a fancy black shirt on that floor too.
I will be.
First time judging a larger event, right?
Yes.
Make sure, well,
Yes. Larger commander event, I should say.
right. So don't hesitate to call Billy over as many times as you want just to stress him out for the day. I approve of this.
Yes.
Um, for myself, I'm Max. You can find me on Twitter at TrickboundMTG, or I'm in any Eminence affiliated Discord. I feel free to always comment or send me magic questions. I love deep diving into rules. I will be at Cookout. Festival of Nights is coming up at the end of August. You can catch us there. There are some tickets left for Festival of Nights. It is a Northeast event, so I do expect that to sell out within the next week or so, as we do only have about 40 tickets left. And keep posted, as I'm sure we have a lot more exciting things coming up as we get to the end of the year. Plus another event on the West Coast in September, and a bunch more stuff coming out from Eminence as we are forever putting out new stuff. With that, this has been wonderful to have you all here, and I hope you join us next week when we get to play this on stream and check if Opus Thief is really still relevant in CDH, or this is Billy's fever dream gone wrong.
It's most likely my fever dream gone wrong. Sometimes my dreams pan out, sometimes my dreams really don't pan out. So I also wanted to be an astronaut when I was growing up. That didn't work out.
Well, at least your head is still always in the sky.
You know what? That was really nice, Max. Thank you. I'm good to sign out on that one.
All right. Good
Thanks,
night, everyone.
everyone.
Thanks for joining us.